G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to discuss my link building strategy and SEO link building tactics that actually work. The purpose of this video is to show you how I go about link building, what I consider is important, how I start the whole process. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do from start to finish of a link building campaign. So if you get any value from this, make sure that you like and subscribe because it's going to be an awesome video. All right, so we've just launched a website together. Now, what is the next step? What backlinks do we start with first? Well, step one, this is exactly what I do. We build the foundational backlinks first. Do not go out there and pay $150, $300 for a backlink if you have not set up a Twitter profile, guys. Do not do that. Build real links into your website first. A real business is going to have a Facebook page. A real business should have a LinkedIn business page. You need to build those foundational links first. So go after a LinkedIn, go after your Twitter, create one for your business, a Facebook page, absolutely, TikTok if possible, Instagram if possible. Try and get all of those foundational links if possible, a YouTube channel as well. Build those foundational links first and point them into the homepage of your website. The next step is to build citations. Now, if you think about citations, they don't carry as much weight as they used to. That's the truth of it. But what will a real business do? A real business is going to go out there and they're going to get listed on Google. They're going to set up a Google business profile. They're going to set up a Yelp profile. Hey, if they want to be found on Angie's, they're going to set up an Angie's profile. You should be put out wherever you think you can win work from. That is what a real business would do. And when you're trying to create an SEO link building strategy that actually works, you need to do things that a real business would do. So make sure that you're going out there building the citations, pushing it out onto bigger locations like your data aggregators. So things that a Bright Local offer. They offer data aggregation if you really want to push it out there, but make sure that you're getting the main ones like your Apple Maps. Get out there on Mantra. All of those types of locations, you need to get your citations. Again, this is the next step. Do this after you've built your foundational links. So your citations are now live. Your Google business profile is up there. It's about, you've got everything, including your foundational links live. You might have even put a YouTube video up. Hint, hint. Now, what you want to do is you want to launch a press release, okay? A press release is a brilliant, brilliant link building strategy right now. Why, you might ask? Well, if you think about it like this, what's going to look natural to Google? You going out there and all of a sudden building links to a page that's not ranking, or all of these authority sites linking into you saying this is a press release, and you've got your Yahoo Finance, you've got your Bloomberg, you've got your AP News, all of those linking into you. What's natural in your eyes? Definitely the press release. Now there's two types of press releases. So let me just show you. The Osborne Digital Marketing Store, we do offer press releases. So what you can do is you can come over to press release and you can go to a standard press release, which will be the smaller press release. So you're getting about 400 links. But if you go the premium, it's 700 plus links. And that's more of your Bloomberg, your Yahoo Finance. Now, what's the difference between the two? You obviously have less bang for your buck with the cheaper one, but you're still getting in a diverse link account. If you think about it, that is so much more natural than getting in random links from random websites, especially when you're not ranking for anything. So when you are trying to develop a link building strategy and a link building tactic that actually works, think about and start with PR. Because if you start with those press releases, that's natural. That would look really natural. If you think about anything that pops up in the news before anyone gets famous, that's essentially a bit of PR. So let's say you've heard about something that happened on the news. Well, that's a kind of PR release. That's a press release. Then you would Google that individual. Then if you like their content or whatever they were talking about or the business that they were pushing, you would link to it. It's natural. I always push things in a way that is natural in the eyes of Google. Instead of going out there and building links first, start with a press release once you've built your foundational links and your citations. Very, very important. And you can get that from the Osborne Digital Marketing Store with a discount code. Everything I'm talking about today, you can also get from the Osborne Digital Marketing Store, but I'll explain more of that at the end. The next step in your link building strategy is to start building HARO or active campaign links. So you want to start building those HARO focused links. Why would you want to do that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. And the first thing is this. So let me just draw your attention to this over here. Now, what is this? This is a Google patent. So this is where Google basically states, hey, there's a list of sites here that we trust. So we trust these sites, which means that someone's gone through from Google, a representative from Google has gone through and gone, okay, well, let's just say New York Times, we trust that site. We know that that's a credible business, a real site. Forbes, we talk about it all the times here. Forbes, it's credible, it's real. So they put these quote unquote seed sites in a category of trust. Now, if you're setting up a website, if you've launched your site, you've done everything right, what's the next step? I like starting with HARO if possible. Why? Because if I can get a seed link from one of those trusted assets from Google, like they state in this patent, you can go and have a look at this patent yourself. What will happen to your campaign is you can jump ahead. Now, not only does that do that because you've got the tick of approval from Google, but like us humans, you can start to say, hey, I've been featured in this. I've been featured in Forbes. I've been featured in Bloomberg. I've been featured elsewhere. So now it also builds up trust when it comes to conversions. So it's not only the SEO impact you're getting with your link building strategy, but once you land a client, you can sit there and pitch that as well. That'll help your business conversions, which at the end of the day, that's why you're doing SEO, to get more conversions. So when you start with your link building strategy, make sure that you're introducing HARO. You really, really want to focus on that. HARO, active campaign. My team, I've always known it as HARO. My team always drills it into me about, Ronnie, let's start calling it active PR campaigns, because active PR is a little bit more where we're leaning towards, because I'm sure you would have noticed that there's a lot of AI going on in the HARO space right now. And doing a little bit more of active PR is where you go out there and a journalist will pitch something and it's a little bit more responsive than the HARO. And it's kind of hard when you're on the more premium platforms to use AI because they'll just boot you. With HARO, that's still acceptable. So you want to go out there and really, really think about this concept. Think about this concept that I've got right above my head here. Very important for your website to build up trust, and it helps with brand recognition. So if Google, let's just say you didn't even get a link from a seed site, right? Let's just say though, Google's gone ahead and crawled Forbes, New York Times, and there's your business name. It keeps showing up. What'll Google do? Like us humans, as we start to see things in our feeds more, we start to become more impressionable to the idea that is being shown. Exactly the same with your website. So start building HARO links. Make sure that is in your link building strategy and it's a link building tactic that you have. And if you need HARO links, again, guys, the Osborne Digital Marketing Store, we have it at a great, great price. I will need to lift this up a little bit more. So make sure that you use that discount code, but you can go over there and get them and check out the samples that we've put on there. Some great, great pages that we'll be able to land for some clients. And we didn't charge an arm and a leg. So what's the next step after that? Well, you want to make sure that you're going out there and you're closing the backlink gap. Now, if you're a subscriber to my channel, first of all, thank you for the support. And second of all, you will know that I harp on about closing the backlink gaps so often you're probably quite over it now. But for the uninitiated to my channel, let me just explain again using this seed reference, using this Google patent. Think about it like this. Let's just say this page over here, this is your website, but just imagine that you don't have those links pointing into it. And this is your competitor that you're trying to rank against. How would that work? How would that work? So if Google has sat here and classified your competitor's website as essentially the authority, that's why they're ranking #1 for that keyword that you're going after. How do you compete? Well, if you've built all these links that aren't relevant, what's the point? You want to try and close down the link graph. If you can get the exact same links, if you can have this exact scenario going on, beautiful, beautiful. So what you want to do, and I'm not going to show you now, is a backlink gap analysis. I'm going to plug a video for it. So if you don't know how to do a backlink gap, I'm going to have a video popping up right now for you. Go over and watch that, because a lot of the times you're going to find some easy links to win that will actually help you rank better than going out there and just randomly buying a $350 link. Get the same links as your competitor first before you start to go out there and acquire other additional links that might not even move the needle for you. You want to do work that will actually achieve your results, not just randomness when it comes to SEO. Now, in this link building strategy and SEO link building tactic video, what I would do after I have gone through and actually done my PR, I've started my HARO, I've closed the backlink gap. Now I need to go out there and actually build backlinks. Now, I do this a little bit differently to a lot of other people. Some people like building in links to pages that aren't ranking. I don't do that, guys. I don't like doing that. Why? Why don't I like building in links to pages that aren't ranking? Because is that natural? Would a page that's not ranking get anything other than social shares? Probably not. Probably not. It'll be the rare scenario, a case study will be put out. So what should you do? So let me just show you. So as an example, plumber Fort Lauderdale, I've thrown that keyword in here. Now let's scroll down a little bit and let me show you what I would do. So as an example, I want to be in the top spot. I'm just going to scroll down. Let's scroll down and try and find a home page, a plumber that's not ranking too well. Yeah, let's just grab these guys. So as an example, what am I going to do? What is Ronald Osborne going to do? So this guy signed me up. We've done everything else. We've closed the gap and we're still sitting in position like 15 or wherever these guys are. Okay, so I need to go out there and start acquiring links. So I'm going to jump over to SEMrush and I'm going to throw it into SEMrush and I'm going to see what I'm being rewarded for. Now, this is where I start to get my ideas from. So first thing I'm going to do, as you can see, this is a pretty new website, so they're doing all right, popping along so quickly. So if we click down into the view details here, they're doing really well, really well. So if we pop down into the details down here, what you want to have a look at is the keywords. Now, let's just say you are sitting there and you're like, okay, well, which type of links, what DR, all of that doesn't really matter. Focus on the same type of topic at the start. So, and I will give a heap of tips to consider, but I'm just going to walk through the link building strategy first, then I'll walk through the tips at the end, like what to do, how to position it, move it. So that's going to be the final stage of the video, but just bear with me here. So what would I do? All right. I'm looking at building in links to this page here. What am I going to do? I'm going to be sitting here and going to be, okay, these guys are obviously doing quite well for a new website, but let's just say, okay, where would I send links into? Well, these keywords, I just want you to notice something, that these keywords are ranking. Now, immediately, what does that tell you? It tells you that Google's rewarding them. It trusts them. Now, obviously, if they're in position 29 for HVAC repair Fort Lauderdale, as an example, do they trust them a lot? Nah, because they're in position 29, or this Fort Lauderdale AC repair, position 80, plumbers in Fort Lauderdale, position 48. They're not that trusted. But you can use that to your advantage, because what you're going to be able to do is actually go out there and build links with that type of keyword. Now, expand on that keyword. You don't need to necessarily use plumbers in Fort Lauderdale, but whatever page is ranking, that's where you should send the links. Let me give you another example so you know exactly what I'm saying. So if I scroll down here to this one here, this is a different page, okay? So just a service page that's ranking. If I look at this, drain cleaning services Fort Lauderdale, and I sit here and look at this, okay? 0 difficulty, it's got 40 keywords. They're in position 55, okay? They're in position 55 with a 40 monthly search. That's pretty good. Now, what would I do? Well, I'd be building a backlink to this page, okay? Because it's ranking for a type of keyword. That tells me that Google trusts it. I don't like going out there and building links to pages that do not have keywords ranking. Now, you might ask what happens if it's an extremely competitive keyword. Well, Google hasn't rewarded you for that page. This is just my strategy and it works. Don't believe me? Go and look at my website. You'll see that I'm ranking for some ridiculously crazy keywords with a focused and targeted effort. And that works because I take this approach. I wait. Because at the end of the day, if I'm building links to a page other than social links, what am I telling Google? That I'm an SEO. But if I wait until it starts to rank, at least until it starts to being rewarded like these keywords are here, that's when you build in the link. That is the best strategy that I have found to work, and it works very well for me. And the final thing I want to cover in my link building strategy, so for link building strategies that actually work, what I like to do is give you guys some final tips, okay? Now, when I am building backlinks, something that I really want to focus on is not to be random. As you can see, I've got quite a tied down system here. This is my process. This is what I follow with all campaigns. You sign up to work with me. This is what I'm going to say to you we do. This is my strategy. This is how I go about it. This is why I say, don't expect us to be building links in month 1 or 2. There's no point. It's only PR and HARO. That's it. So in this video, I've explained my link building strategy. As you can see though, I'm not random. You don't want to be random when you're building links. It's very, very important that you are tied down and focused on what you do. So don't just go out there and randomly start throwing in keywords. So as an example, I've launched my website and I just think, why do I need a Facebook page? Why do I need a Twitter? I'm just going to jump straight down to a press release, and then I'm going to start straight down to, starting to build links. Just pay for links, build links. It's not the best approach. It is just not the best approach. It is not the best approach at all. Make sure you follow this system. It's a tried and true method. If you start jumping all over the place, you're going to waste money. You're going to waste a lot of money. So don't be random with your link building. Follow a strategy and a system that actually works. Now, when it comes to the keywords, again, like what type of anchor text you should be using, that's why I like to wait for Google to reward me for keywords, because Google is telling me the type of keywords it wants to see. Think about it like this. If you start ranking for a page and you think it's about A, but Google thinks it's about B, so you keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. You're like, why isn't this thing ranking? Well, you would have known it if you had have waited, because Google will sit there and tell you what it thinks the page is about. So you will see that automatically. That's why I like waiting as well, because then I'm given the type of anchor text that I actually should be utilizing. Now, at the start, focus on brand. It's very important that you focus on your brand first. But again, if you follow this strategy, think about it like this. Brand, 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 and then not brand. See how far down I've gone with brand, 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 brand. It's all brand, 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 brand. So you can see that there's a lot of focus already on the brand. The brand side of the keyword, the anchor stuff, it's all done for me. It's finished. It's over. So now I can start focusing on other things. That's why I like this approach, because it's brand, 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 brand. Then I get the same links. I don't feel nervous about, how many brand should I have done? Like, I look in my spreadsheet. Oh no, don't do that. Do not do that, guys. Like, there's no point to it. Another thing you want to do is track all of the links that you're building. Make sure you have a spreadsheet that records the page that you got the link from, that you have the anchor text. So just create a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet where it just shows all of the anchor text that we apply, up to 4 anchor texts, shows any embeds that we had, so any images or videos, then shows the link that we're linking to, the type of link, so guest post, niche edit, link insert, anything like that, how much it costs. So you're tracking all of it. You can start to see, and put in the date as well, the date that the link was created. Then that way you can start to see, 2 weeks later, things are going right. They're going like this. You'll be able to sit there and be like, okay, it was this bad link that I got. That's very important. So make sure you're tracking your backlinks. Super, super, super important. Another link building strategy tip is when it actually comes to building the links, I don't really worry about no follow, do follow. Again, why? Because if you look at this strategy, that's taken care of, that's taken care of, that's taken care of, that's taken care of. A lot of no follows and do follows in there. A lot of no follows, more so. So again, when I start coming down to this stage, I'm building do follows. So you can start to see that the natural process is essentially already taken care of. You don't need to sit there and critique every link. Oh, it's no follow. We've got slightly 66%. I don't look at it like that. I try to keep it as natural and as simplistic as possible. Now, remember, I am local SEO. I am someone that works with bigger companies that range from sort of a couple of 100,000 a year to a couple of million a year. So it's not necessarily huge, massive international campaigns. My strategy will work well for what I do. Tried and tested. Thousands of dollars invested into making sure that it actually works, and it works. So that's why I like building it this way. But regardless, even with affiliate type stuff, wouldn't this make sense? Google wants to see a real business. They want to see EAT. You're building up your EEAT, building up your EAT, building up your EAT, building up your EAT. Look at all of that. You're covering off every single block. So that's another thing you want to make sure of when you're trying to develop a link building strategy that actually works. Now, when it comes to determining what type of ratios you should have, again, it's not something that I stress too much about. It's not something that I care too much about. No follows, do follows. The main thing that I like caring about is the fact that I'm landing websites in a similar type of niche. So if you have a look as an example, there'll be a link coming in from, it's an attorney website that's coming in pointing onto my law SEO firm. Now, onto my lawyer SEO page. Now, why is that? Because that's what I'm going after. I haven't necessarily used digital marketing, but I've used an attorney's website that specifically talks about law. They talk about that industry. So when it links over on how to market your law firm, you're linking over to my page. That's relevant. Now, I'm not a law firm, but that is still relevant to me. Now, I don't go too far down that path. I think that's a dangerous road to walk. So I do like sticking within my realm where it is just website design, digital marketing, internet marketing, all of that. That's the stuff I like getting links to to my website, because that's a game I'm playing. But you can get those odd ones that are still relevant. Always think relevance. Now, everything I've talked about today, you can get over in the Osborne Digital Marketing Store. You want backlinks? I've got them here. You want HARO links? I've got them here. You want press releases? I've got them here. And what about those wonderful citations that you definitely need? Look at that. I've got them here. So everything you need today, everything I've talked about is here. Now make sure you use the coupon Let's Go Aussie. I'm going to put a link to it down below. Use that and you'll get a discount off the services. So you're not paying top dollar, you're paying a discounted rate. And I still get great backlinks. Go and have a look at all the samples. I put up samples of links that you can get. I put up samples of the HARO pages of links we've built. Everything there, you've got samples. Go and check it all out. Everything is transparent on that side of it. You can see the type of work you're going to receive if you place an order on my store. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope, and now I do know, that you should be able to effectively go out there and build an awesome link building strategy campaign. If you have any questions about link building strategy, ask me down below. Any questions about the Osborne Digital Marketing Store, ask me down below. I'll be more than happy to help. I hope you've enjoyed this. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you around.